Hey guys, this is my going away video. The reason I say that is because this iPhone 5 is going to have to get returned. I spent 3 hours at the Apple Store, talked to support, anybody you could think of. They all tried to fix it. And again, mind you, I just got this 2 days ago, if that. I got it Friday. Today's Sunday. Alright, so here's what's going on. In the other video, I said that the Wi-Fi doesn't work. The Bluetooth doesn't work. It doesn't pick up wouldn't pick up in the Apple Store, nothing. Now, the Apple Store has tons of these in stock that they could have given me one. They were going to give me one. But when they got in the process of doing it, they realized that they don't have any support for this carrier. You see it? That carrier. They don't have any support for them. They don't have their files. So he couldn't exchange it. He said every time he put it in there and would bring the new one up, it would only bring up Sprint and Verizon. And I said, wow, that sucks. So I called Cricket. Obviously, they have no, this is why I didn't get it on contract. But still, the worst thing, I didn't think it would be like this. I didn't think I would have problems right away. But I called Cricket, and they said, well, we're sold out. If we do an exchange, you probably won't get one for a month. And they said, just return it because there's nothing we can do. I think this is pretty bad, because how can Apple sell these phones to Cricket and then not support them? That's pretty bad. And sadly enough, the device is really nice. It's it stopped. The Wi-Fi never worked, and the Bluetooth never worked. So I asked the guy at the Apple Store, I said, how can you guys sell this device to them, And he was like, well, they're one of our newer carriers and they're a smaller carrier. I said, that's fine, but you should still be able to support it. I said, now I have to send this thing back, wait to get my money back, and in the meantime, you don't have any more. Real hassle. So he says, well, that can change. So my word of advice is, now that I have experience with it, don't get an iPhone through Cricket, because their customer service sucks. They're very rude in the store. They're only wanting to deal with you, and this is probably in a lot of cases with different companies, but this particular company, they only have 3 corporate stores where I'm at, and the rest are all like little kiosks. There's about 1,000 kiosks and only 3 corporate stores. And at the corporate stores, they are jerks. They didn't want to deal with me at all unless I was buying a new one and activating service. So now I have to send this device back. I have to wait to get my money back, and it just kind of sucks. Even though he had some in stock, he couldn't give them to me. Like I said, he doesn't have the software for Cricket Wireless, which I think is kind of sad, because they're just rushing the product out there and they're not fully supporting the product. So word of advice, if you decide, or if you've gotten the iPhone 5 on Cricket, and if you have a problem with it, you can't take it to the Apple Store, because they're not going to have any software. Even Cricket told me that they don't have the software, and he said, well, you could possibly just have them give you one that has nothing on it, and we'll load our software at the store, but it could take a few hours or a couple of days or something. I'm like, that's horrible support. So, can I get one on another provider? Sure, but it's not that serious. So this is the end of this. Let's just go ahead and give my review on this. This is overall, I think the display was great. The camera was tremendous. It was excellent, I'll say. The camera worked great. Very nice camera. And I only got a chance to do a standard definition upload. I was going to do HD too, but I'm really sick. I'm kind of upset, so I need to hurry and put this in the mail. Get it back to them so I can start the process of my 30-day wait to get my money back. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but I mean, it was only $500, and they're giving me the money back for the plan too, so it's like $600 or something I get back. But sadly enough, man, this is still just an iPhone, but comparing it to a 4S, huge upgrade. I mean, if you're an iPhone person, you're definitely gonna love this device. You can't go wrong. I would definitely recommend it over any of the other iPhones. Build quality is nice, but the weight of the device is way too light. I mean, I had the Incipio case on there that I bought. and I guess I'm gonna have to return that too. But the incipient case, or a case, not just the incipient case, but a case will give this some feel to it, because it just feels a little too light. It's extremely lightweight. It's a little too light, fragile. Even though they did drop tests online and things like that, that doesn't matter. The Maps application, I will say, I tested it. I had no problems at all. I mean, it genuinely worked flawlessly. No problems with the Maps. I mean, it loaded up perfectly. Not a problem. No issues with it. The service of Cricket, it doesn't work in my office, which is kind of sad, because Verizon doesn't work in my office, and this company doesn't work in my office. Only AT&T and Sprint work in our office. It's a bad thing. As far as the text messaging goes, the keyboard is still the same old keyboard, like I said in the other video. Didn't really get a chance to use Passbook, but this has no NFC, so it's kind of pointless to me. App Store still the App Store, iTunes still iTunes. Overall, though, the only thing I can really talk about is the design of this phone, and I got to give it to them. They really did a good job on the design of the phone, but that's about where it stops. There's tons of people, if you read on the internet, there's tons of people. Search YouTube. You'll just search iPhone 5 Wi-Fi problem or Wi-Fi issue. You're going to see a lot of people having this problem. But the only problem with me is I decided to get it full cost, off contract with Cricket Wireless, and that's not good. Doesn't work for them. So at the end of the day, it's a no-go. This is going back to Cricket Wireless, and I'm getting my money back. Again, the iPhone 5 itself, Apple did a good job. The build quality and everything, it's obviously the design looks really good, but the build quality, it's a little too light in the hand. It just doesn't, it feels weird. But overall, they did a pretty good job. I love the matte finish that they have on here. The black one is definitely the one I would recommend. Just based on my experience with the device, this short time I had it, I would give it about a 7.5. But I will say I'll give Cricket and Apple a 1 for their support for the device, because you shouldn't be selling a device that you can't support right out of the bat. You need to be able to support this right away. So that's the end of that. No more iPhone videos. It's going back. Thanks, guys. Don't buy it on Cricket.